Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room Recap for Wednesday, May the 4th. My name is Barry Anderson. I'm the moderator of our trading room. This is the address to get into the room, and I am live from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. every day, live on the mic. And I also share my screen all day long. And if you'd like to take out a subscription to Trade Ideas, by the way, the room is free. Obviously, at some point, we'd love for you to take out a subscription, and this is why I have this link here. You can use this link to subscribe, and the code is Holly, Holly, all in capital letters, Holly4. That is the promo code to use in order to get a great discount, instant discounts off the monthly, annual, or the annual plus our premium service. All right, well, if you've been in the room, you know sometimes I like to do the video. I'm doing it a little early today because we have a little bit of fun. Sometimes when I do a video, stock that I'm in will pop a little bit. So I'm in this one, GOL, and why am I in this one? GOL actually early on came on the low floaters list. Let me see if I can find the first occurrence of it. eBio, which I'll go over just a little bit. Look at this, 699, or sorry, 690. Now, I did not get into GOL at 690. I was quite late on it, very late on it. However, it still had a trade in it. And as I was saying in the room, that if it got over $8, it tried a couple of times. These are 15-minute candles, so you can't quite see it, but it tried a couple of times, and then the second time I actually put an alert at 1817, which was the high at that time. And I put an anticipatory buy at 818 because I was actually going down to make myself a smoothie that I do usually just after lunch, noon Eastern time. And when I came back, I had a fill, not as much as I wanted, but nonetheless, I did get the fill. I did sell some at the 862. So selling some right about here on that spike at 862. Because I did that, I was able to withhold, like stand this pullback. I mean, remember 818 I'm in. I could hold on to during this pullback. It didn't really affect me too much because I had taken some out at 862. So now it is, it's at 871 right now, and my out right now probably will be certainly if it broke down through 850, I'd get out. But there's no reason for me to get out, so I'm just going to put this on another monitor. But I will have to be eyeballing it, and excuse me, there is a possibility that I will get out while I'm doing the video. Now, eBio. eBio is one that definitely we were watching yesterday. And again, on the daily chart, if you take a look at the daily, kind of what we're looking at here, this was the spike high about a week and a half ago, I guess, $1.70. And after that, of course, it had the big, not of course, but it had the pullback. Because remember, this is where it came from, 35 cents all the way up to $1.70. So it had this massive pullback. But then yesterday, it had the day. And it popped over a dollar. That is actually as high as $1.22. And it closed at $1.02. So I believe I said in the video that this is one that should be watched going forward. And in fact, that's what we did. In the pre-market, the pink is the pre-market action. So here's where it closed yesterday, when $1.02. So spiked as high as $1.30 in the pre-market, pulled back a little bit. I was saying it'd be great if it could not pull back too much, and then if it got over the high of the day, that would be probably be a good place to take the trade. And so I took the trade at $1.33. And it didn't go as much as up as much as I wanted. I exited at $1.39 and $1.48. So up in this area at $1.48 and at $1.39. Now it is still hanging in this area, and if it can break free, let's just put on the daily chart. Let me go back a little bit just to see where we are. So I'm going to put an alert right here. And if it breaks free, I'm not saying it's going to happen today, but if it breaks free of here, then you've got this void, this nice void on top of that. So let's just see what happens. So that's what I would do. You're watching this video, I would put an alert at the top of this spike right there. Now, what was the other nice trade? Now, Holly had some excellent trades today. Let me just get the time frame here. Now here's one. Now I did not take it. But I just want to show you where Holly got into this trade. This was on a bounce. I mean, my goodness. Holly alerted the this at the entry price was 35.70. Let me just right there on this candle. You see, so and this is from an interesting strategy. It's actually looking. It's the only strategy that I believe we have that is based on a symbol list. And what it does is it takes a look at the stocks from last week that had unusual prints. So stocks that had unusual prints, it creates a symbol list from unusual, prints meaning unusual trading activity, of course. And so it takes that information and it creates a symbol list from them. And so with the filters, other filters that are in place, and a trigger, probably another unusual print filter, it only looks at those stocks. And so Ozark popped up right here, and look at the increase from 35.70 all the way up to 38.75. Now, Holly stopped itself out at I think $1.75 because that was the profit target. Every one of our strategies either has a time stop, a stop loss, or a profit target. Some of them have profit targets. And so the profit target was met, but it kept going. And so, I was actually able to take this trade looking at the non-exit. Okay, this is how so important this was because the profit target was $1.75. Sorry, the profit exit was $1.75, but this kept going up. And so, as I said in the room, if it gets over 38, watch it. And so notice what it did. It popped over 38 right here on this candle, came back down, and then it came back, got back up. And so I took the trade very quickly, 38.10, and I got out at 38.39 and 38.40. I mean, I wasn't expecting much. I mean, I already missed the big move, but just a tremendous alert for Holly on this one. There were so many today. HP was another one. I mean, right now it's not doing its justice, but HP, here was the short alert. It did make $1.28. It took itself out on a time stop, and however, it kept going. What was the price? The exit price was 60.19. So look at the exit price. It's right about here, okay? 60.19. But look at this. It kept going all the way down to 59.24, almost $1 more. And I mean, I didn't take this trade. I missed it. And that's why I keep telling people in the room. My job is not to tell you when to take trades and get out of trades, okay? My job is really to hopefully educate you on using this non-exit profit column. Not unfortunately, I have other duties during the day. I have to answer emails, and I do get somewhat distracted. But this is the magic column to keep watching, okay? And there have been several others that work kind of the same way as HP did, but HP certainly was the star. The other one was Rubicon. Now, Rubicon, a little bit different here because, let me just click on it. Just 1 second here. Okay, so let me just click on it. So Rubicon was another short. And the short for Rubicon came at 1568. And so 1568 is right about here. You notice how it came all the way down here and got stopped out on a time. Let's see, why did we get stopped out in a time stop? So 46 cents to the good on the time stop, all right? However, what I was watching for anyway is that first of all I saw this big bounce. I thought, man, I would have loved to have been in that bounce. And then it kept going. And so I was sort of ticked off at myself for not playing this bounce. And this little pullback there back to 16.16, and then it came back up. And so I took the trade at 16.35. Ended up taking the trade at 16.35. Is this the best possible pattern? No, of course, because anybody would look at this and say that it was too extended. But I just decided to take the trade. It was one of those maybe a gut feel, I would have put my stop right here at 16.18, no lower than that. So, maybe more than a 17-cent stop. And of course, I got incredibly rewarded on this one. I was out at various levels. I took some out at 16.48. So I'm in at 16.35. I took immediate profit at 16.48, and then afterwards at 17.08, as it broke over 17, I took some out at 17.40, so I made over $1 on my initial entry, and then as it came back down, I exited just before it got down to 17. So a way to use Holly also is as a great watch list. It's giving us stocks that are in play. Most of them are in play. So that's how I used Holly in order to get this particular trade. Now, look at this. This is fun. 889 now. So I'm who knows? I don't even know what this looks like on a daily chart. I should take a look to see what sort of yeah, that's what I remember now. So, that's one of the reasons I didn't mind taking the trade at 8, because I had said to people that it still has room. Still has another dollar or so if it wants to, until it gets to some chart resistance. So we'll have to see if this breaks 9, and if it does, hallelujah. Let me just get back to my favorite time frame on these, 15-minute. Okay, so just tuck this away over here. And I just want to show you one bad play on my part. Very stupid play. This was a Holly trade, but I can't blame Holly. This was a here was the alert. And this was to go long, all right? And so I took the trade. The alert was at 34.57, 34.57. And it looked like it was stalling a little bit. And on this action here, I decided to take the trade, 34.57. I got in, actually, I think at 34.56. And, a little bit of a pop, but check the time at 10:15, 10:30. 10:30, this is it's in the energy sector, and this is when the oil report came out at 10:30. And basically, every oil-related stock, well, many oil-related stocks just tanked right after that. I should never have taken this trade before that report, because you don't know what's going to happen. And yes, could have got lucky and it could have popped. But I prefer not to gamble like that. That's almost like gambling into earnings, wondering which way it's going to go. And so that was just bad on my part. The only good thing is that I was able to scramble and get out of it for only a 6-cent loss. I was able to get out at 35.50. And but look what it did. I mean, it almost dropped $1 from where I got in. So that was just very, very stupid on my part. In the back of my mind, I knew it was coming, but it's funny, when I was looking at Oceaneering International, I wasn't immediately thinking of the energy sector. So anyway, just something to food for thought. When you're getting into a trade, I always tell people I would never take swing a trade into earnings. Never, never, never. You might get lucky, but of course the reverse could happen just like that. And so why gamble? Why gamble? All right, let me just bring back my little GOL, and just see if it can pop through 9. Yeah, it's looking great. The guys are going to love me when I come back to the room. Those are in GOL, because they're all telling me, do the video, and we'll get this one up. All right, just having a little fun. So here again is the address to get into our room. Again, it's a free room. You do not have to be a member of Trade Ideas to participate in our room, and I share my screen all day long on the mic live, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Here's the link in case you want to take out a subscription to Trade Ideas. Use the promo code HOLLY, all in capital letters, 4, and that's the number 4, Holly 4. Okay, so great. Hope to see you in our trading room tomorrow. If you like what you see, tell your friends. The more the merrier. We'd love to have a lot of people in the room. Thanks all for listening. We'll see you tomorrow.